Hi, everyone. Welcome to Chair Yoga. So let's get started in our transitional, starting point here. Get your block between your legs, if you will. Come forward on your chair so you've got the support of the chair for your pelvis, but you're not using the backrest. And it'll give you more mobility with movement of the legs. So our traditional way of setting ourselves up, feeling your feet to the floor, working your way up as a body scan might be. So you're just noticing the pressure you're putting on your feet and how that engages your legs. You're holding yourself in what you consider good posture, lifting up your chest cavity. And then find that imaginary wall. I just find that really useful. So you can kind of back into an imaginary wall so that you're keeping your spine erect. You're not leaning forward. You have just enough imagery, I guess, that'll help you stay more leveled out in terms of the verticality of your spine, and particularly in relationship to how your head is held. It's so common that people just have just a slight move forward, just a slight way of bringing their head forward of their spine. It's just not that great for the long-term health of the spine by any means, or health of the cervical spine for sure. So anyway, that's kind of where I came up with that, but I think it's useful. So keep yourself kind of aligned with that imaginary wall. Take a few deep breaths so that you are clearly aware of your breathing. And I'm going to try something a little different. As you take your inhale, that's coming through the nose. And then instead of that exhale as a big sound, with open mouth, cleansing type of thing, see if you can find a similar sigh, but you're keeping your lips together. So you'll feel some vibration in your mouth. And even making a sound, I find that useful to add a little sound to that, a little more vibration when you just put your voice into it. So take some breaths like that. Inhales through the nose, exhales coming out like a hum. Hmm. Hmm. And try to drag that hum out as long as you're able. Hmm. Hmm. Big breath in, and then hum it out, or sigh, a silent sigh kind of thing. Oh, a closed mouth, I guess. Very aware of your breath. Let's add one little change. Inhale through the nose, but this time the exhale comes out the mouth like you were blowing out a candle. And be very conscious now of lengthening your exhale. Try to put all your awareness into that breath so that you're drawing that exhale out as long as you can. And that, can you slip in the awareness of how your body moves while you're doing this breath? Excellent. One more breath like that. Good. Let's bring our fingertips to our shoulders now. So you create little wings. Maybe we'll circle that out a little bit, loosen up the shoulders. Some gentle movements. Stay with the direction that you started with. Just stay with whatever direction that was. And then we'll change the direction of it. Good. Let's keep our fingertips on our shoulder now. And this is going to be a real quick breath. Inhale, exhale. So as you turn, you take an inhale, and then you have to exhale on the other side. So I want you to find that breath. Inhale, exhale. Try to do it through your nose. It's a little snotty, but it's possible. So try to do it through your nose. If not, just find your breath. Inhale, exhale. You're noticing which side that you're doing the inhale, which side you're doing the exhale. Notice it, because we're going to switch in a minute. So keep going. You know where you're taking your inhale and where you're taking your exhale. Just a few more. Take a pause. Maybe you need to relax your arms a little bit. Set it up again. Now change it so your inhale's up the other direction. This is a different way of balancing that left side, right side breathing. Using the Kundalini tradition of yoga. They do a lot of very powerful breath work. Good. Let's relax down to a neutral position. Any adjustment you need to make with your shoulders or your arms, I'll join you in the chair and we'll get started. We're going to do a lot of twists today, so that was our first introduction. Block between the legs. Okay, let's turn palms up on the lap and use this as a momentary inquiry, time to inquire within, what do I need? And I'm just going to remind you, eyes closed is what I really recommend, so you can, turn off any distractions in the area where you are and zero in on the experience that you have going on within your own body, your body mind. And while you're contemplating that, what do I need today? I'm just going to remind you about yoga's capability, the capability that we have by introducing an embodiment practice such as yoga, is that it changes our point of view. It broadens our understanding and our point of view so that we can have a more loving and compassionate heart. Remember those very basic ideas of what we can expect, what kind of, what was the word I'm trying to say? The goals of yoga being a vibrant and healthy body, a more alert and focused mind, more loving and compassionate heart, and lightness of being. So just moving our shoulders and moving our hips around for the sake of the shoulders and the hips, you miss out if you don't include or invite that opening will affect your entire life. It has the capacity for that. Good. Let's just relax our hands now. And so it is, that intention is set, or we'll let it show up in our practice today. As let's just begin some movements of the arms, just a kind of sweeping movement, changing the arm, not moving both arms up at the same time, just kind of, but it's a flow and it's straight. You're trying to get those arms as straight as you can and as close to your head as you can. Inhale and exhale, feeling the vinyasa, the connection of breath to movement. You're not at all trying to keep up the pace I've set. You're trying to zero in on your own rhythm of breathing, and that's how you're flowing. Press your feet to the floor. Feel your feet now, for sure. You can feel that you've got a base, a foundation, a source of grounding. Both arms up now, big inhale, exhale, let's open the heart. That's those bent elbows like a W shape. Inhale up, exhale heart. Feel that back movement of your shoulder blades back there. So it's a back bend, which equals a heart opener. Remember to exhale completely. That's such good yoga when we can remember that. Don't rely on my coaching or the cues that I give. Rely on your own inner knowing that that's good yoga. Find that W, we'll meet there. And then extend your arms out with palms facing forward and your hands are spread open. You've got a real stretch going through the palm of your hand and your fingers are stretched away from each other. Just stretch that palm and those fingers apart. Take a look from one side to the other as a way of moving your head around to notice how your neck is doing today. and stay with it. You find over which way, you turn on like, oh, it's a little bit tight right there. Stay there a little bit. Move around. See if you can loosen it up. It's the whole idea. Loosen it up because you're aware. You came into the awareness of that, and you're doing the self-care that will benefit you. Excellent. Let's meet in the center now. Flip your hands so the palms are facing forward. Can you create a diagonal line? Now you got to check to make sure your arms are in the same plane. For some reason, that lower arm, a lot of times I've noticed, is too far back. So just take a moment to notice that you've set this up with your arms in a single plane. Push your feet to the floor. Feel that imaginary wall that you can let your back of your head touch. And then take a look. We're looking up. We're going to look up to the hand that's reaching up. Again, if you feel any notion of like moving around up there, like it's a little tight, start loosening up. You don't have to do it like a robot here. You look up and you maybe have to move around a little bit. Again, that's your own self-awareness. I can't coach that. Drag your chin through your chest area so that now your gaze is to the hand that's reaching down. Same goal. We're still looking around and making our neck, the awareness of our neck more clear to us. Keep your gaze over here, and we'll switch the arms now. So the other arm is reaching up, but we're still looking in the same general direction, only up. Then try to find a single plane of those arms, breathing both in and out, all the way in, all the way out, noticing. Drag your chin through your chest area. Now we're looking down. Same goal. Trying to feel how this is in our neck. Nice, strong arms. Very intentional, holding your hands open. Let's come back to center. Arms are just in a T position. Let's do some open and close here. So reach way back. I'm going to turn a little bit. You don't need to do that. And then when you close, you're going to start rounding your back. This is our first kind of introducing the cat pose to our body. Remember what the cat pose offers us. It's that Mula Bandha, the Bandha breath that tones the perineum. So when you come into the rounded position of your exhale, pull in, let that block kind of be your sensation that you can feel to pull in and into your belly button by way of the perineum. This is at your pace, so you may take it slower than you're seeing me doing. It doesn't matter. Your pace, you set it. Try to use that engagement of the Bandha pathway every time you think of it. There is probably no time when it wouldn't be a good idea. Last time open, and this time we're bringing our hands right back to our shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Change that breath. Your inhale goes to the other side. Exhale. Excellent. Let's come back to center. Now let's release the arms nice and slow so we can feel that letting go. Releasing the arms, let them float down alongside the frame of the chair. Super slow motion so we can really feel that experience of letting go. Pull back though. Once you get there, pull your hands right back into our first cow pose, that first extension of the spine, arching the back body as much as you can. Press your feet to the floor so you feel that foundational support. We're breathing both in and out so we can shape it in our body, get used to it for a few breaths here. We're going to do the cat pose, bringing your hands to your knees, pull the belly button in, you know what to do. Squeeze, pull in and up, rounding through the back body. But what I want to remember to caution you, and the reason we bring our hands to our kneecaps is keep your shoulders, your shoulder girdle right over your hips. Don't come forward. And then we do that as a vinyasa. So you're going to find your own rhythm of movement. Pay attention to that movement of the belly wall. That'll remind you that you're supposed to be doing that Bandha path. I guess it sort of takes away from that extension of the spine. Like I'm putting so much energy in teaching you how to do that rounded back. It's still really good to come into that spaciousness of the extension of the spine. I think it makes you feel strong. That's my experience of it. It just feels strong and purposeful. Last time, go through it the whole cycle one more time. And let's come back to center. Any adjustment you might need to make. Again, make sure you're still far enough forward that you're going to be able to move your legs. So keeping the block there, hold on to the chair and see about just lifting that up. You're going to just lift it up, which of course requires you to tilt back a little bit, but you'll start playing with it. That pretty soon, depending on where you're holding yourself on the chair, you can do it without as much tilt, because that's really getting into the belly wall to lift that up. A couple more now, stay with it. Get your rhythm. We're going to lift and hold it, lift and hold it. Flex your feet so your legs feel real strong. I'm going to turn. You don't need to do it. Now, see if you can do it with your arms extended. They're not holding onto the chair, and we're breathing in and out. You just stay there till you can't do it, like you're done. Then you put your feet back on the floor. And we'll meet there. Taking a moment now to just, reset the body, any movement your body needs after that. Let's take a block and put it under the chair for a moment, and we'll open up into a wider angle. Heels in, toes out. Hands are on the thighs. Let's circle that around. In case we built up any tension in the low back with that crunching action, that abdominal work, let's loosen it up now with this circular movement. Notice how your body weight shifts. You're coming around in a circle. I just want you to start to really get curious about every little thing. Your body weight shifts from one butt cheek to the other, one side to the other. You can really feel that in your pelvis. Let's change the direction. Let's change the direction of our circle. Excellent. Let's come back to neutral. Here we are again. We got our little chicken wings. This time we're going to crisscross into a little, fold, comes up and down. Press your feet. Don't let your knees collapse toward the center. Keep them real strong right here in this position. But you really got to fold, don't you? You have to come down, 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 come back up. If you want a little bit of challenge, try two. You're doing two on the same side before you go to the other side. Up to you. That's just some way to modify it if you're interested. Remember, this is at a pace that works for you. This might be too slow for you. So you're just doing it a lot quicker than I am. Let's kind of finish it up. Feel like we're even. We've done the same number of taps on each side. We're going to spread those wings wide open. Close it up, round through the back body. Inhale, open. It's kind of like those eagle wings. Round the back body. You know what to do with that perineum. Open it, and then we'll close and tone and tighten. Good. Inhale up, palms will be together overhead. Look up if that feels good. Exhale, bow at your heart. Inhale up. Exhale, take a big sweeping action all the way around. Do two more of those. I call them back strokes. Come all the way down and around. Inhale up. Exhale all the way down and around. All right, let's get our block out and let's put it over onto the side, be your left side. And center your legs. Let's just center our legs a hips distance apart so we know what the starting point is. I'm going to move that a little bit. And then we're going to take a step over here So we've just created a right angle between both our thigh bones. So you might shimmy over to one side of the chair a little bit. See what feels good so that you're still facing and oriented like you were, but your other leg has moved in a different direction now, creating this right angle. And be fussy about that. Make sure that front foot is really positioned well so that your shin bone is perpendicular to the floor. Same with over here. Both of those shins should be perpendicular to the floor, not at an angle, not pushing too far in or too far out. Get a little fussy about that. Here's where the block comes in handy. The height of the block is your choice. Again, there's 3 heights, you notice, for the block. So you decide what is the proper placement of that block on the inside of that ankle. Because we're going to bring our hand to that, and as best you can, it's a straight arm. That's a straight arm that's coming down. You know what I like to do? I make a fist. Rather than have an open palm, I put a fist onto it. My wrist likes that better. Take the other arm and wrap it around behind you. Now here's where we're turning, trying to pull this shoulder back and holding our head in a way that it's our ears facing our hand on the block. Get a little tension going between that leg and your arm. Your arm's kind of leaning into it and your leg is pushing back. Can you feel that tension? Press your feet. Now find your breath. Here we are. We're going to sweep that back arm up toward the ceiling now. Put a mitten hand on it. To the best of your ability, you've kind of reached that arm right up from the other arm. Feels like you're in a straight line. Feels like that to you. Your drishti. Where are you going to hold your head here? Inside job. You're going to figure that out. If you have the range of movement that you could look up to that hand in the air, yay, good for you. That's what I'd do. I don't have that range of movement. I'm somewhere in the middle, if at best. So find your drishti and then complete your breath cycle every time. Here's where this gets a little more challenging. A couple more breaths right here because it feels so awesome. Turn your hand so the palm is facing down and your arm is stretching past your ear. It's no longer reaching to the ceiling, it's overhead. So now you can start stretching through this rib cage area. You want to lift up in that direction. It's just in little bits. It's not a big amount, but you're trying to imagine that you're lifting your rib cage up into that space. Full breath in and out. Notice how your pelvis is situated. Notice where your body weight is being held. Just notice. Because you might say, I'd like to make a little adjustment to that. Or, feels pretty good to me. Stretch that rib cage up one last time. Nice job, everybody. And then bring yourself up. I like to use that top arm to lift me up and out of there. Any kind of adjustment you need to make, here's our time. We're going to start sitting ourselves up for the other side. Remember, that's kind of centered. It's in a right angle. Shin bone has to be perpendicular to the floor. Same deal over here. Be fussy. And then the block will go on the inside ankle of that external leg. So hand or fist to that block, and you can move it if it just feels like a little adjustment here or there might help. Different height. Wrap that other arm around you so it helps you pull that shoulder back. Press your feet to the floor. Find your breath. Big breath in and out. Okay, ready, set. Let's reach up, straight up. Mitten hand on. And it feels to you, you have to kind of check it out, that your arms are straight up and down from each other. Find your drishti. How are you going to hold your head in this? Can you feel your pelvis making its, home on that chair seat with yourself in this new position? Feel that. Deepen your breath. Exhale completely. Now let's go overhead. So we turn our hand so that it guides our arm now. Thumb should be pointing behind you. And you're trying to lift your rib cage up, expanding around your armpit and through all those ribs that are up in the air there, wide open space. So keep your focus on your rib cage. Any amount you're trying to expand up in that general direction. One more full breath. Exhale is going to help us come all the way up. And we'll bring both feet back to center in our neutral position of hips distance apart. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale all the way down and back. So you're trying to feel your whole range of movement. Inhale and exhale, straight arms. Inhale, palms together overhead, look up. Exhale, bow at your heart. Inhale up, exhale, it's a backstroke. While we're into that swimming, let's start taking some strokes. So it's a forward movement of your shoulder, a full extension of your arm. I want you to turn your head, kind of like you were taking a breath in your swimming stroke. I'm finding that there is a little forward movement of my upper body. It's more comfortable, seems more natural to bring myself a little forward. You know, I'm not keeping my shoulders above my hips, but you may find it different. You may think I could do it that way. I could keep my shoulders up right above my hips. A couple more of these big strokes, turn of the head. Nice movement. Now try taking, just keep yourself upright. Just take one arm at a time in a backstroke like this, those single strokes. Fully extended arm, no bend in the elbow. Arm stays real close to the chair. Excellent. Let's locate our block one more time. Locate that block and let's put it between our legs. Let's do the very same thing we did a minute ago. Holding onto the back of the chair, you're going to lift that both feet up off the floor. As high as you're able. You're just going to keep playing with it to lift that up. Maybe you hold it a little longer. That would be a nice challenge. You got it up in the air and you're going to hold it just a little bit longer than you did before. Try this with me. I'm doing it for the first time, so let's see if it works. We lift up and we put our feet down in the sideways. Bring it on over, put them down, lift up, go over there. Let's try a few of those where we just kind of find a way to off center a little bit. You don't have to follow me because I'm kind of figuring it out as I go also. So just see what you can do to keep moving off center. So it gives you a little twist. Take your time. Let's come back to center. Let's lose the block. Take that wide angle, circle that all out. Remember, it's your chest that's moving. It's not your head spinning you around here. That's really important. I don't want you to overuse your neck and head here. It's all about the trunk of the body making the circular movement. Now let's switch the direction. Hold on to the chair, way back there. Take a big leap over toward your leg. So just that leg alone, it'll be your left leg's moving. And then all the way till you cross it. Let's do one more of those. You come over in this all the way up till you cross it. Keep your legs over in that direction. Get that standing leg, the foot that's on the floor, close to the chair leg. Let's try another twist, but this time, I don't want you to use the chair if you can help it. If you can turn by just wrapping your arms around your body and you're not holding on to the chair at all, you're using your body parts, that connection still can give you leverage. Work on that. Breathe in and out. Keep your spine in a vertical position and see what you can do for a twist without using the chair. Remember, breathe all the way in and then breathe all the way out. We can count on it when we do that we're doing good yoga. Meaningful yoga, your body's going to absorb what you're doing. Let's unwind the head, and then the shoulders and arms. We'll get both feet to the floor. You might need a little reset here. So any movement you might need to do, hold on. Let's take that leap over with the other leg, side two. Just a couple movements here, getting some flexibility in that hip. We're going to set it up for the twist, which means we're going to jump over and cross it. Let's do that one more time. Cross it over. Bring that standing leg close to the chair leg. And now we find our upper body going the other way. No, try not to use the chair for support. Wrap yourself around. I just use those, remember those L shape, just one arm behind you, one is in front, kind of both shaped the same. That's what I do. Press the back of my hand. I'm almost all the way over to the other side with the back of the hand. Find that breath. Sit up real tall. Breathe both in and out all the way. Feel it, really notice where you're experiencing this. Unwind the head and your shoulders and your arms. And let's get our feet back into that wider angle. So let's lift the arms up at just into that T shape. I've got palms down here. And I want you to bring yourself off center, come back, and do the other side. So you're trying to keep your arms in a horizontal position, and the upper body only is stretching off center. See if there's any amount that you're noticing that you're able to extend a little further away from center. Just because you're practicing, you've done it a few times now, you kind of get the idea of the safety of it, and that you're willing to go a little further off center. Can you kind of see an image there I'm trying to work on in terms of our life experience? Last time where we balanced it out, both sides got our attention, and we'll come back up. Find that goddess position, elbows bent, palms face forward, and drop those down into that scarecrow. Lift and hold, and we'll close that up. Open back to the goddess, and then close it up. Inhale is open. Exhale is closed. One more time, we open it up, and we're going to just find that scarecrow. It's a different muscle group. Last time, and go slowly now. Down, 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 relax, release. I want to get some movement of the leg before we stand up. So let's bring our legs to center and do that straight arms, straight leg kick. Arms lift up, you kick a straight leg up. So right out in front of you, straight arms, straight legs come together. Find that movement, find the rhythm of your breathing. Kick each leg one more time. Our hands come to your waistline, boot yourself up and out of the chair. Take your time. Maybe I'm rushing you, so you take your time. Get yourself situated. We're going to need our block when we stand up. So when you come back upright, get your block between your legs. You notice I don't have a plan for the use of the cloth today. So let's straighten out our feet so they're parallel to each other, and give your block a good strong squeeze so you can feel your shins drawing in. When you do that, it allows your thigh bones to just move away a little bit. It's an adjustment of the hip. It's an adjustment through the bones of your legs. Get strong with that belly wall. Imagine the wall behind you. So you got your head back there. Palms face forward. Now let's find our mountain pose. Unlock your knees. Just do a double check that you didn't set this up with locked knees. Close your eyes. It's our midway point. Check in on how you're doing. How am I really? I've come to really love that question. How are you really? Exhale completely every time. Exhale completely. Let's open the eyes now. I'm going to step a little differently. I feel like I don't want to be too close to the chair, so you might follow my lead. So you're not too close to the chair. Because here's what we're going to do. I still have the block. Inhale up, exhale, twist. So your legs don't change at all. Your knees are facing the same direction the whole time, which is significant. And you're coming into some various twisting here with extended arms. Remember to come into the T. Be particular that when you're coming into your twist, your arms are held in that horizontal position on purpose. You're not just letting them swing out wherever the heck they land. You're very intentional about it. Let's do it one more time to be sure we found that out. Palms come together. Inhale with me. Exhale, bow at your heart. Inhale up. Exhale, go all the way down. Good. I don't think we need the block right now. Maybe not ever. I'm just going to kick it out the side for now. I'm turning to the side. You don't need to. Once you know what we're doing, you'll probably, decide where you need to be in relation to the chair. Let's do the chair pose, the actual squatting action that is our chair pose. Let's start with hands on the thighs. So it starts with this little squat. We shifted our weight. I want you to make sure you're pulling your body weight out the butt instead of into the knees. So see if you can find that where you're pushing your butt, the pelvis back, so the body weight is not really landing in your knees. You can hold it right here. That's a nice pose. It's more challenging if we do something different with our arms. Bring your hands to the prayer position. Same deal. You're pressing your heels down, body weight's not in your knees. If for any reason your knees are bothered by this, I'd sit right down if I were you. Try to do what you can from a seated position. All the way up, palms stay together. Take a big inhale, exhale, bow. Inhale up, exhale, come all the way around. We're going to do that same squat. Arms are straight, reaching out. Palms face each other. Keep your body weight into your heels and back into the pelvis. Full breath in and out. All the way up, palms come together. Big breath in. Exhale, heart. Up. All the way around. Back to the prayer position. Step your feet together so your legs are glued together like a mermaid. Let's do a twist. We bring the elbow down to the outside knee or thigh in some way. Press your hands together. It's like you're holding on to something. It's like there's an anchor there. Come back to center. Take a break if you need to, or just go right to the other side. Twist the other direction. Your legs are glued together. Notice how you're turning your head. So you're clear about how you're holding the weight of your head. Full breath in and out. Nice job, everybody. Come back up. Let's shake that all out. Take a little wider stance and keep them glued down and let your body shake around that. So you're letting the knees bend a little and you're just shaking like, and your feet feel kind of glued down. Let's flip flop the arms around. Some more twisting, a lot of twisting today. And then find your way to the chair so that you're using it for your tabletop position. That's when you've got your hands on the chair seat. Your shoulders are right above that. So you've created a tabletop. Take your knee out to the center like you were a dog at a hydrant and start circling that around. Turn your head so you're looking at what you're doing. Circle it around. It's a great hip opener. Change the direction. So you've done at least 3 circles each way. Both feet will be to the floor. Maybe you need to stand up and take a break. reset the body, or just start going to the other side now. Same deal. Circle it around. Turn your head to look at what you're doing. At least 3 circles in each direction. That's our goal. Might not be for everybody. Both feet to the floor. Let's start walking back so we can find a downward dog now. Hands are already on the chair seat. Stretch it back, stretch it back. The same distance you have between your hands on the chair, put that same distance between your feet. Deepen your breath. Your head should be tucked nicely in between your arms. It's like you put a little cage around your neck and head. Make an imprint with your feet to the floor. Start to notice how much your body weight is into your legs. It's not, you're not being held by the chair. I keep reminding people of that because there's a lot of movement of the chair I'll see. Finish the breath you're on. Start walking toward the chair. Right foot forward, left foot back, both feet down, all 10 toes essentially pointing in the same direction, using your chair or not to bring yourself into an upright position. Front knee is bent. Hip headlights are shining forward. Take your time. Inhale, straight arms, straight legs. Exhale, bring yourself into that goddess position with your arms as your knees. So elbows bent, knees bent. Straight arms, straight legs. Bend the elbows, bend the knees. Find the rhythm with your breath. You can chop this up. What if this combination does not work well for you? See what you could do. See what portion of this works in your body. Last time. Bent elbows, bent knee. Let's bring our hands back to the chair. We're stepping back. Downward dog. Same thing. Distance between your hands matches the distance between your feet. You're trying to straighten those legs to stretch those hamstrings and stretch your calves. Press your feet. Full breath in and out. Start walking forward. Left foot forward, right foot back. We're going to change sides. Essentially, all 10 toes are facing the same direction. Make your way. You can always steady yourself with a chair. Bent knee to start with so we can feel that shape. Hip headlights shining straight forward. Okay, straight arms, straight legs. Bent elbows, bent knee. Inhale up, exhale bent. Find a drishti, stare at something. It'll help you stay steadier. Notice how you find your heart opening. Bent elbows, it lends itself to that heart opening pose. Last one, bent elbows, bent knee. Let's get our hands on the chair and we'll step back to a downward facing dog. Start walking back to the chair. Very slowly now, one vertebrae at a time, round yourself up. Keep your head down till the very last minute. I am going to locate my block, so if you could do the same. Take kind of a wider stance so you feel like you've got a nice, strong foundation. And let's just start moving the shoulders by trading off that block around, maybe at shoulder height. You're going to just pass it off. That moves your shoulders quite a bit. Change the direction of that handoff. Just a little adjustment. Last time, that's great. And then we can lose the block. Let's find our high side of the chair for that L-shaped stretch. Hands are on the high side. Let's find that one. Feet, same thing. Hips distance apart. Pull your chin in towards your throat. So you're creating a tabletop, a flat back, like you're trying to hold your back in horizontal position. This is a really good opportunity for a full stretch through the calves and the hamstrings. I want you to try to use your Mula Bandha, that Bandha pathway. Can you find it here standing up? Use your imagination now. Squeeze in and up. Try to stay with it. Take some real concentration, I know. Beautiful job, everybody. Let's start walking toward the chair. Before we go into our Shavasana, let's try some tapping. Nice way to just shift the energy a little bit. Tap, tap, tap. Go to the temples, under the eyes, so you're on your cheekbones. Top of the lip, under your nose there, chin. We're going to go all around the collarbone. And down each arm, top and bottom. Doesn't matter where you start. I like to do it twice. I want to make sure I got it. Then I switch. Let's go under the armpits, so you kind of give yourself a little hug, wrap around your arms, and go all the way down your sides, into the armpit and all the way down the sides as much as you're able. And notice which arm is kind of on top here. Just switch your arms around. See if you can just switch your arms around, do it again. Let's go back to the kidney area. I make a soft fist, just a soft fist, and it's just to the low back. Any old place you can find it, you know, what part of your fist is doing it, doesn't matter. And then the intention is that we're bringing this loving awareness to a very vital part of our body, those kidneys and the adrenal glands. We're going to go down, 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 and do both legs up and down. So please just work on yourself here. You don't need to watch me. Just tap. I'm still using my fist for some reason. It just feels like the right thing to do. Works fine. Make your way up, a little belly, open fingers, in a circular way. Try to find your intestinal tract, you know how that goes. Up on the right side, down on the left. Excellent. And then let's go back to the collarbone and just the top of the head. Good. Let's just flip-flop her out. Kind of move from side to side, shifting your weight, taking good care of your knees by offering that soft bend that naturally arises. Good. Let's come into Shavasana. Now, some of you are going to grab a second chair, I know, so give you plenty of time to locate a different chair, or maybe move yourself to a different location, like on your recliner at home or your sofa. Get some water if you can. And certainly, if there's a pose you didn't do or a movement your body is really craving, do that before you settle down. You know these poses, you know this movement and how to protect yourself and govern yourself. Give yourself that last bit of stretch that your body might be looking for. As soon as you start to settle in, of course, you're using all the supports you can get. You're leaning back into your chair. You might have found a cushion, a cloth, some of us are in air conditioning and it's chilly. So, you may still want something on your shoulders, all that kind of thing. Get comfortable, get fussy about your comfort. And so you can really relax into that. Can you find the breath we started with? Inhale through the nose and exhale out of your mouth, but it's with your lips closed. So it's like you're humming or making sound in your mouth, being back in touch with the vibration in your mouth. So see what you could do about that. To remind you, why am I introducing that or reminding us about that kind of thing? It has to do with the vagal tone. The vagus nerve, a vital nerve, innerving cranial nerve that connects so much of the upper body and the lower body. It's just a vital source of leadership. I don't know if that's a proper word for this, but in terms of your nervous system, in terms of your overall nervous system, the vagus nerve takes the lead. So this just tones that. It's just like a way of calming that, the vibration in your mouth. And you can discontinue that when it just doesn't seem to serve you anymore, or it's keeping you from relaxing. But just a few of them is just a great idea. I'm just going to slip that in, something about that, just in terms of taking our yoga off the mat or off the chair in the way we do it, is hum at home and driving, that you just enjoy it anyway, but that you're a little more conscious of the benefit to this overall sense of well-being. Eyes are closed, of course. We want to feel that adjustment of no distraction in terms of visual. And lay your hand palm to the chest bone, and then lay the other hand palm to that other hand. So you've just layered your hands onto your chest. Can you find a way for your thumbs to touch? This is often referred to as a butterfly mudra. It brings us into the awareness of the heart center. See if you can breathe both in and out from your heart. So we change our breath rhythm, we change what we were doing there for the toning, and instead breathe a heart breath in and out, so that you've located yourself or invited yourself to be located in your heart rather than in your mind. So we move from the head into the heart. And let the head rest. It's an action that is a loving and compassionate thing to do. Let the mind, whose busyness overrides everything, we're going to let that rest and just be comfortable landing in the heart. Again, holding your heart like this as long as it feels comfortable. Let go of it whenever you want. Always knowing breathing in, breathing all the way out is good yoga. Rest into that now. Rest into it. One of the energies of the heart center in terms of the chakra system, we're familiar with, we can just about guess, that love, beauty, kindness, forgiveness. But let's focus on gratitude. Surround yourself with the energy of gratitude. Like every breath that comes into you is a source. You're filling yourself up with gratitude and letting it permeate your whole body, your whole system. I'm just going to remind you about the use of mantras to help you stay focused. It's very tempting to start moving away from your practice before you've really left. Your mind is already charged ahead for what comes next. So I'm going to really encourage you to use a mantra to keep your focus here and now, breathing in and out and saying the words in and out to just keep you right where you are for just a few more minutes. Give yourself that gift. Breathing in and out. Let your mind rest a little bit longer. Your whole body is supported now, entirely supported with the surface beneath you. And you're leaning into that with gratitude, really appreciating it. Let's change our mantra to calm and ease. Inhale, calm. Exhale, ease. Resting your mind and your body in calm and ease. Start to scan your body now. Keep your eyes closed, but do a very thorough scan of your body. Feel your feet and your ankles. Move yourself from the feet all the way through your legs. You know how to do it. Bring yourself up all the way through your limbs, through the trunk of your body, front and back. And put a smile on your face. Keep your eyes closed. Just turn the corners of your mouth. Notice what that does to you. I find it just amazing. Shape your mouth into a smile, and your body feels different. It's more open, more generous. There's a happiness about it. All right, let's take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale it out of the mouth with a big sigh, a big sound of the sigh. Ah, ah, ah. We need to get feet back on the floor. We're going to come away from the backrest. You're coming forward on your chair. So taking your time. Some of you have some big adjustments to make, some not so much. Any movement your body's craving, obviously, we're going to offer that up. Let's sync up our breath one last time. Palms come together overhead. Look up, inhale. Exhale, bow at your heart. Inhale up. Exhale, let's share this grateful energy, this energy of gratitude and love with our communities. Palms come together at the heart. We bow to ourselves. We bow to one another. Namaste, my friends. And thank you for joining me.